What is up, everybody? What is up? The Game Looters here. The Square Enix 2019 E3 press conference just wrapped up, and we're about to go over the whole show, what we thought, the review, how it went, and we will rate it best out of 10 at the end and see if it actually is the best out of 10 or not. To start off, Cynthia, Dom.
Hey guys. Thanks again so much if you guys are rewatching this from the stream. As you can see, it didn't happen.
Didn't happen. We had a lot of technical difficulties, but we are in E3. We are in beautiful, sunny, smoggy LA. And we are ready to start the show tomorrow. Thoughts over there on this side?
I was actually super excited. Square Enix had a lot of great things that we're going to go ahead and talk over. And, you know, for someone who's not really into RPGs, I was very impressed. And I'm excited.
I agree. I thought this was one of the better shows of E3 so far. So I'll kind of go through that online real quick. We'll talk about the major things that went down from start to finish. If we had anything to say, please jump in. If not, we'll just kind of keep the review moving because that's what this is. We're reviewing the show. So the show started off with the Final Fantasy VII reveal. They revealed more of what happened last night at the Symphony. And it looks like they showed us pretty much like a full boss battle. They showed us more of Midgar. They showed the new battle system, which is very different than what the battle system was in the original game. They showed us that it is playable at E3 2019. So at the Square Enix booth, it will be playable at the show. They showed us Tifa gameplay, which the whole crowd went crazy for, which is one of the female characters in the game. And then Nomura-san came on stage, and I'm sure people who are really into Final Fantasy really enjoyed that. And I wrote down here there was lots of corridors, so they wanted to show you that there's going to be a lot of different dungeons and palaces.
I've never played any of these Final Fantasy games, and so I'm not really that thrilled for it. It's a good game to be coming out, not something that I'm going to pick up. But I mean, definitely these guys are excited to play it.
I've actually only played one Final Fantasy game, and I didn't get very far into it just because I didn't really like the role-playing aspect, the turn-based aspect of it. That's something I really only have liked in Pokemon. But this Final Fantasy, I'm not even a huge fan of hack and slash, but the way that they did this game, it's not a hack and slash because there's a lot more detail and extra pieces that go into it that actually make it really interesting, and I definitely do want to play this.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this as well. The release date is March 3rd, 2020. This is one of the games I am looking forward to more. I'm still interested to find out more information about the game, but so far, so good. A lot of stuff that we got really did look good. The show ended up going through with more Life is Strange. I wrote down here, boo.
I mean,
Didn't play the first one either.
They showed more of the Captain Underpants stuff. So I played the Life is Strange that had like the teenage girl with all her problems and stuff.
It was like the first one that came out.
Yeah, this one looks a lot. I haven't played the Captain Underpants, so I don't really have anything there. Then they followed up with, this was a hype moment for me, just on a personal level. They followed up with Crystal Chronicles. This is going to be the HD remaster. So I'm very excited about this. Are you guys familiar with
I am not.
Crystal Chronicles?
It was cute looking.
Yeah, so it's a Final Fantasy that's done in the chibi art style. It was on the GameCube. The thing of the game was you could hook up 4 Game Boy Advances and you could play independently, and each person can have their own screen.
Yeah, like you definitely look like you were geeking out all over
It was. I was just talking to Mono Policies in our podcast every Thursday at 8 p.m. About Crystal Chronicles the other day and how like it's one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I haven't played them all, but I've played a handful. And it's definitely one of my more favorite ones. So I geeked out about it, so I'm very excited about that. It's coming to PS4, Switch, and mobile. Excited about Crystal Chronicles?
No.
It's a big-ass no over there, which is okay.
I'll try it.
They came with something that I got excited about. This is a game that I touched in the past, but I never finished. The Last Remnant. This one is available tonight on the Switch, so I thought that was a really cool shadow drop for people who know what the game is. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, for you to still be stuck at the same spot that you are.
In which game?
That one, isn't it? Isn't that the one where you're stuck on the boss battle?
No, that's Octopath.
That's not this one here. This one I don't. It was on I think PlayStation 2. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below.
Okay.
I have no idea where I'm stuck.
I mean,
It's
a lot
20
of
years
these,
ago.
a lot of
15
these,
years ago.
dropped today. Actually, I mean, we got quite a few that came out today, right? Nothing so far is piquing my interest as far as calling out to
which
me.
is okay. Which is okay. The thing is that it looks really good. It looks like they did remaster and take some time there. So
a lot
that's
of
cool.
remasters.
They followed through with Dragon Quest Builders 2. I know the Codex over here is super excited about it. But basically, they gave us a bigger world, better graphics. But all in all, the gameplay, everything that they showed us was just too freaking long. I wrote that down here as well. It was just too long. It's coming out July 12th. And there is a demo on the 27th of this month that is coming out for Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Yeah, definitely. Not the game that out of all that I was the most interested in.
I thought you really like Minecraft though. We should speak to you on like a inside level.
But it was cool in that aspect. Like I would play the game.
You're gonna be
I would
playing
play it.
Minecraft as like Goku.
I
Like
would.
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Like little child Super Saiyan Goku.
After that, they followed up with Dragon Quest 11. We know Dragon Quest 11 is coming out on the Switch. This one here is going to be the definitive edition. They're calling it the Dragon Quest 11 Definitive Edition S. So it's a pretty long name, but that's coming out. It basically has all of the music, all of the soundtracks, all the levels, all the DLC coming into one package. Again, I don't know if you guys are too familiar with Dragon Quest 11, but this is a game that we did play last year at E3, and I personally have been waiting for it to come out on the Switch because I didn't want to jump into it on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean, definitely want to see how they've come along since we did play it last year at E3. I want to see if there's going to be anything more that's going to lock me into it. Still on the fence, but we'll see. We'll see this week.
And either way, I'm going to be buying it because I really want to get that, and I'm excited about
It's like,
it.
but will I be playing it? Is
I
the
think
question.
that's something that I really liked about this conference as well, is that there was a lot of games that were released that also were hitting the Switch, and I think that just really helps. Yeah, I think that just really helps. A lot of games that were even just being re-announced or just like, hey, don't forget, it's on the Switch now. It's on the PC now.
You know what? Out of all the conferences, they have the most gameplay. I think everyone can admit that. Like,
that's true.
all I've seen in the past few days is all CG gameplay or CGI stuff. So they had actual gameplay. I think there was something here for everybody. For the people who are really deep in the belly with Final Fantasy, for the people who maybe want to play an RPG, who are into a game we'll talk about at the end. I think there was really something for everybody, and this is like the first conference all E3 that's really, I think, really truly had that. They came through and then they kept talking about indies. They're just talking about all the indies they supported throughout the years. Then they hit us with 2020. They have a special project coming from their Mexico team, which is coming from their race enthusiast Mexico team. But we have a weird motorsport game that's top down. And then they showed us PC footage of the game. It didn't look good to
It's
me.
a pass.
You?
Yeah, I think the thing that appeals people about racing games was like just taken completely out of this. So
Yeah, I agree with that too. The whole top-down racing. It didn't. What they were describing and what I got were two different things. And I was like, oh, this could actually be pretty cool. Then they followed with Battalion 1944. They gave us more num-nums, as I called it in my notes here for Battalion. That game's already out. This kind of appealed to this guy over here. So
I
there's
think the
that.
microphone hid that.
Then they went through Square Enix music. I don't know if anybody likes Square Enix music.
I mean, that went totally over my head. I thought it was an ad, and then immediately I was like, wait.
was.
Oh, well, no. I meant like leading up to like a good game, and immediately it was just over, and it just said, music. And I was like, wait.
Long story short, the Square Enix music is coming to Spotify, coming to iTunes and different areas. So if you really like the orchestral work or just Square in total, then you'll probably like this. You'll probably like this. I'll probably check it out on Spotify. I do like to listen to a lot of video game music when I do listen to music. Then they came out with Kingdom Hearts 3. It's called Remind. It's the DLC pack that's coming. They basically went through additional playable characters that you can play in Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. At this point, I'm not even finished with the game. This wasn't for me though. This was for the people who are really like their Kingdom Hearts diehards. For me, this was.
And like I said,
whatever.
another pass for me because it's another remastered, something that I've never played before. It just doesn't fit within what my
overall I would say they had Aqua, which is the girl with the blue hair, and I thought that was pretty cool. I like her a lot. The rest of them, I don't really know how and why I would need to actually play those characters, to be 100% honest. Thoughts over there?
Yeah, again,
I
don't play Kingdom Hearts.
The next thing they went on to go on was Final Fantasy 14. Again, this is for somebody's, there's Final Fantasy 14 is a huge MMO, and I'm sure it has a huge fan base. But they went over Shadowbringers. It's coming out July 2nd. They went on with a trailer, and again, I wrote down this was just too long. But again, I'm not the audience for this game.
Right, and that's the one thing, like, I felt like the first half of the conference was very long and drawn out, and they could have had a lot of parts that they cut down and condensed, so they made it unnecessarily too long for me. I was pretty bored up until about this point in time, halfway.
Which we'll get to the non-boring part. In her eyes,
I've never played an MMO, but I've always really wanted to. So the fact that this, it actually kind of appealed to me a little bit. I know that World of Warcraft Vanilla is coming out, and that's something I'm gonna possibly jump into.
I would
possibly.
not do that. That's gonna be very hard.
No,
but seeing this, I was a little appealed by it. I mean, again, I've never played like a MMO, but I kind of really want to get into one. So
well, what I would say for you is to go do a field report. Final Fantasy 14, I believe, is free to play, so you can at least give it a shot and see if you like it. Then you can come back and give us an old review on the channel. That'd be pretty cool. They talked about Dying Light 2, which we've actually pretty interested in. This is coming spring 2020.
Yes, and so this one was actually, I think, the first game that sparked my interest.
Last year.
Dying Light, yeah. I mean, the character they show you running off rooftops and...
Parkour.
Yeah, pretty much.
But pretty cool in a cool way.
An old industrial type city landscape. And so I definitely want to see if they're... are they going to have any demos? Did they say that? I didn't...
They didn't.
So we'll see.
But I wouldn't doubt if they did not have one. Like, right. I think that they might actually have one, is what I'm saying.
Right. And so I'm definitely interested in getting my hands on anything that's out there this week for Dying Light 2. And we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Next thing they went over was the Saga series coming to the West. I guess these are RPGs that were only in the East in Japan. Mm-hmm. Romancing Saga and Saga Scarlet Grace. Again, I'm not familiar with these games. The second one of the two, Saga Scarlet Grace, did not look so good. It was a 3D game. I don't know if it's remastered or what, but it didn't look that interesting. And the Romancing Saga one actually did look interesting. It had a very cool 2D art style. I thought that was pretty cool. Next up was Final Fantasy Brave Exodus. And that one is the
mobile one.
Yeah, the Wrath of Visions.
Yeah.
This was a smartphone game. Yeah. Again, I'm not a smartphone gamer, so I can't really talk to that.
Soft pass.
Soft pass?
I mean, it looked interesting, but I'm not going to play it on mobile.
Yeah, never mind that. The next game was Outriders. So this one actually did look pretty cool. This was from the creators of Gears of War Judgment and Bulletstorm.
Yes.
So this one actually looked really cool, and I really do legitimately want to know more about it. And they said that information is going to come during the winter.
But it comes out summer of 2020.
Summer 2020, exactly. So that one looks pretty darn cool.
I mean, I was thrown back by the trailer that they had. I was so excited. I was like, what is this? Let me have it.
I agree.
I was like, this is by far, it's probably gonna make my top 10 for the week.
Hopefully they have something there. I think they have some kind of experience there. So
cool. Not gonna bank on any demo, of course, but definitely excited to see how it develops in its timeline.
This one does look interesting, but I have no opinion on it yet, just because the only thing we did see was not actual gameplay footage. So, I did see it when they were showing the people that worked at People Can Fly. There was like little images in the background, but in little videos. But at the moment, I think some of the actual other games I'm more interested in. But this one, I think when it comes to wintertime, when they actually show more, I'll be more interested for sure.
Considering that it just got announced, and then of course the developers that are making it, that's what makes me very, very intrigued to see what's going to be coming from this.
I agree. Next thing was I wrote down it's a badass art style. This was a top-down RPG, basically very, very RPG game. It was a battle game. It was called Oninaki. I don't think either of you two had any real
I did.
input on this one, but it comes out August 22nd, and I thought this one looked really good. I would love to hear yours.
Oh, I liked it too. I definitely liked the art style. I think both of us immediately that caught our eye, like the second it showed up.
Yes.
Again, I'm trying to be a lot more open to playing these types of games. I know you guys usually just see me play competitive games and things like that, but considering where this channel's taking a turn to where we're trying to give more like podcast-like things and actual reviews and commentary, I'd like to be able to be more indulged in that world. So.
And review this game.
Yeah, and be able to review games.
Well, the good thing is this comes out August 22nd.
Still don't have to wait long.
And The Last Remnant, you guys can probably find content because I'm going to be playing that as well. I'm going back a little bit earlier. Anyway, I'm excited for this one. Next thing up, which is another geeking out moment for me, was Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. Was announced for 2019, so we know it's coming this year. It was announced for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. This one was one of the games that I thought that was better than Final Fantasy VII on a personal level, but it is one of the games that I didn't finish. I finished 7, I finished 9, I didn't finish 8, so I have a real strong interest to be able to go back and play this game. Again, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one, but I'm pretty excited about it. And the next one and the very last one of the show was the biggest thing that we've been waiting for the show. Basically, Avengers freaking Assemble. They showed us a ton of stuff, and I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. But really, they went through Captain America dies during the gameplay.
Yeah.
They showed us Hulk gameplay. They showed us Iron Man gameplay, Thor gameplay, which is awesome that you get to go through those different characters. Then Sean and Bill came on the screen from Crystal Dynamics and the Marvel Studios. Then they went through that basically the story involves that the Avengers West Coast office was being set up, and some huge tragedy happened to where whatever they're trying to set up didn't go well. And long story short, they snapped 5 years later to where the Avengers now need to reassemble, but Captain America is still out of the picture.
He's dead.
They also announced they did a cast interview with more trailer stuff. They announced that there's content for years to come. Up to 4 players can play at one time, all of Destiny, and all DLC will be free, as well as an early beta exclusive to PlayStation 4, but it is coming on Xbox One and
no loot
PC.
boxes.
On May 15th.
Yeah, they definitely made
2020.
A point. They were like, we're not going to charge for microtransactions or loot boxes. But I mean, this game, what I'm interested in is the story. Like, holy crap, they just killed off Captain America. Like, I'm definitely interested to see where the developers are taking this. Like, what was their vision when they put this game together? I mean, it just looks so good. I mean, I am so happy and ready to get this game.
Tell me why I thought it was going to be based off the movie, though. I was like, where's Thanos?
I mean,
I was like, where is everyone?
A lot of people could have thought that. I mean,
I'm happy it's not.
Yeah. I think I am too afterwards. But definitely going to be interesting. It's a whole new story, not based off of the Marvel comics or anything like that. Original actors. Sorry, you threw me off. But it'll be definitely interesting to get my hands on and give it a try.
Guys, I am level 9,000 hype for this game. I cannot wait to feel what it feels like. Thor's hammer. Is it going to feel like Kratos' hammer?
Being able to play multiple characters. Like, that's huge.
Fly around like Iron Man.
Smash
Black Widow is the one that I have the most skepticism about. Being able to smash as Hulk. I mean, it looked really good, and I honestly I'm so excited about this game, and I'm happy that we can play it, but we can play it together in different forms with different friends as different
Yes.
heroes. That's freaking awesome.
I'm interested to see how they
So
have
awesome.
that multiplayer functionality put together. Um, like, are we going to be able to choose the same type of character, or is it going to be limited to like one character at a time? Is it going to be mission based? Like, what's the co-op going to look like? Is it going to be a PvP kind of thing where it's my team against your team? So definitely, I'm interested. Super psyched about
Yes.
Avengers.
Well, that has been our review of Square Enix press conference for E3 2019.
What would you guys rate it?
Exactly. That's what I was going to give my rating. I was going to say my rating would be 9 out of 10. I thought this one was killer. This is the most gameplay I have seen all week and all weekend, and I was super stoked to be able to see it. So on my personal level scale, this is 9 out of 10 for me.
I think performance-wise, it was amazing, but just content to me, I'm gonna give it like a 7 or an 8.
That's fair.
Of course, as you guys noticed, I didn't have that many high moments in this entire conference. I was very disappointed from the beginning, and it took me a very long time to find the games that really spoke to me. I'm going to give it a 7, only because I really only got, I think, 3 games out of this entire conference.
And tell us what you guys think down in the comments down below on what your rating for Square Enix's E3 2019 conference was, and what are you most excited about to play and see going forward from Square Enix. As always, this has been the Game Looters right here on youtube.com/thegamelooters. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you hate it, and make sure you subscribe and come back for more E3 2019 coverage all